Using this particular exercise in your journal, you will be able to look at your situation and how you react to external world and how you react to events and people on your emotions in your journal. In my variant, I will draw everything on a whiteboard, but you can do it in your journal. This exercise consists of 5 steps. You can divide your journal on 5 columns, or you can write horizontally, one stage, then another stage, whatever works better for you. What matters is that using this exercise, you will be able to understand yourself much more deeper, you will be able to sleep better, and will be able to not repeat the same emotional mistakes or things that you did before. Let me give you an example from a real life, from my situation that happened with me. I was in a rented apartment and I was sitting and working at my laptop and was enjoying my life. Suddenly somebody knocked at the door. I stand up and went to the door and opened, looked. There is my landlord standing and he has a little bit worried face, and I immediately grasped that something is not clear here. And he said, "You know what, Alex? I'm raising the rent for the apartment on $500. It will be more expensive on $500 than it is right now." So my immediate emotional reaction was I had a deep tension inside of me. What I said to him doesn't matter. After I said it to him, I was a little bit not satisfied with my reaction. After I closed the door, I went thinking about what I did wrong with this situation and how I could do something different. He was not my opponent, but he just raised the prices for the rent, so it was my emotional reaction. I could react in different ways. Let's move to the whiteboard and I will show you what I did. First of all, we will divide it on 5 parts. The first column will be situation. The second column will be why. The third column will be benefit. The fourth column will be my limiting beliefs. And the fifth column will be lesson. So in the first column we will write what happened, and here I write that landlord came and raised prices. My reaction was anger. In the second column we will look and try to explain, ask the question why it happened to me, why I reacted this way, why it is this way this situation unfolded, why did the other person behave in such a way with me. It happened to me because I want to always be in control, world to work in the way I want it to work. Most likely my landlord behaved in this way because not long ago he had a newborn child and now he needs more money to feed his family. One of the ways to do it for him is to raise price of an apartment. I replied angrily to him because I was not ready for this event and forgot that life can be unpredictable. So in the second column I will write that why it happened. It happened because landlord needs more money. I was not prepared for this situation. I was not ready. Now we are moving to the benefit column. The trick with this column with benefits that we always can look on our life and everything that happens to us from such a perspective that everything that is done to us is for good. And if we will look from this perspective on what happens to me here, then we will figure out what benefits I really could get from this situation, how I can reframe it. The first benefit. First, I could move to the other apartment for the same price or slightly higher, but with better conditions, which happened in reality. Second, it reminded me that in life only one thing is constant, and it is change. Third benefit is it pointed out to me that I need to be less emotional when life does not work the way I want and be ready for new events. So the first benefit, other apartment with better conditions. The second benefit, change is constant. And the third benefit reminded me that I need to be less emotional when life doesn't work the way I want it. less emotional when life doesn't work like I want. Let's look on these three columns. First, I wrote my situation. Then I asked different questions to dive deep inside of the situation and ask why this happened to me, why this event happened, why this person acted in this way, why I acted in this way, what was inside of me in this moment and what was inside of his head when he was doing it. And then we looked on benefits, and particularly in this situation I found out three benefits. The first column is very interesting one. It is limiting beliefs. Here in this column we will look on what limits our thinking that we behaved in this way. I got angry, defensive with landlord. It happens to me because I had some limiting beliefs inside of me. This column is actually tricky because it's not easy to understand what's limiting beliefs inside our heads. So if you need help, you can reach out to me or to your journaling partner that can look outside from your perspective and look at your life. And actually you can do it yourself if you will be really honest, brutally honest with yourself. You will understand your limiting beliefs. In my case, these limiting beliefs were: everything needs to be static, change is not good. The second limiting belief: I need hardly protect the current state of things and there are no better options. And the third limiting belief: unexpected things happening to me are potential threats. Change is bad. Second, there are no better options. I mean, no better options than this apartment. And the third one, unexpected things are threats. And the last column is lesson. Here in my journal I summarize in one sentence what lesson I learned, what now I know that I didn't know before, and I can use this experience and this understanding for my better future, not to repeat the same mistakes. So in my particular case with this event, my lesson was that everything is temporary and everything that happens is happening for better, because I moved to a much better apartment for almost the same price I was paying in that apartment. Everything happening is for better, even if I don't understand that in that moment, even if I don't understand that in a moment. Let's summarize what we learned here. So on the first step, we write down the situation. On the second step, we write down our why we behave this way and why other person behaves this way. Then we write down the benefits, the hidden good in this situation. In the fourth column, we write down the limiting beliefs that triggered our behavior in such a way that we behaved in this way. And in the fifth column, we write the lessons that we learned that we can incorporate in our life to not repeat the same mistakes, same emotions, and live a better life.